Hi, I'm Wayne Baker. I'm the candidate for the People's Party of Canada for the Perth-Wellington riding. And I keep being asked the question, why should I vote for you? Because if I do, I'll split the vote. Well, we need to think historically what splitting the vote means. Back in the 1990s, the Progressive Conservative Party of Canada was one political entity. The Reform Party of Canada was another political entity. Both entities had right-leaning tendencies, which allowed for voting or right-leaning voters to choose between which party they wanted to lead them. The problem was that those two voting entity, or that voting entity, the right-leaning entity, would split their votes between the two right-leaning parties. And normally the Liberal Party, or traditionally what happened at that point in our history, is the Liberal Party would gain most of the left-leaning votes, and they tended to win the ridings because the Conservative votes were being split. That worked until Stephen Harper negotiated the combination of the Progressive Conservative Party and the Reform Party into what we know today as the Conservative Party of Canada. The Conservative Party of Canada has been a very strong advocate for right-leaning philosophy, fiscal responsibility, more sovereignty of the individual, smaller government, fewer taxes. Stephen Harper actually is the only prime minister in recent history that actually lowered our taxes for us. And he was able to bring about a balanced budget with surplus, and he was able to guide us through some pretty tumultuous times in 2009-2010. I speak very highly of Stephen Harper, and I thought very highly of the Conservative Party of Canada. I was a very strong advocate for the Conservative Party of Canada, and would still be if the Conservative Party had conservative values. The fiscal responsibility, the freedom and autonomy of the individual, the right to free speech, all those values are fundamental to our freedom and what we love as a country and as a nation, and the values we enjoy as Canadian citizens. Those values aren't being demonstrated or being encouraged with the Conservative Party of Canada. And so I've had to rethink my loyalty, and that led me to aligning myself with Maxime Bernier and aligning myself with the People's Party of Canada. As a result, we are more right-leaning. We're more fiscally. We want fiscal responsibility. We want accountability from the government to its people. We don't want an elitist type of system that we're experiencing now. We are the only choice that is leaning towards the right side of the spectrum, if you will. As a result, there is no splitting the vote between the Conservative Party and the People's Party of Canada. The vote splitting is actually between the Liberal Party, which is a more extreme form of socialism, or the Conservative Party, which is will lead to the same level of socialism, but maybe at a little bit slower pace. We are stopping. We're standing up and saying, not in my Canada, not on our watch. Let's return our freedoms back to where they need to be, and let's get this country back on track as the best country in the world to live in. Thank you for your time.